Thank you. And first of all, I do want to thank the entire Emily's List community, Stephanie Shriak, which I've known for years, and of course, the founder, Ellen Malcolm. I still remember when you all were there with me when I first ran for Congress in 1992. It took me a while, but I'm here. And I'm here fighting for you and everything that Emily's List stands for. So thank you so much for being here with us. And I can't think of a better person to be here with than Michael Madre, my friend, from Texas, Veronica Escobar, who together we made history thanks to you and all your help. We made history becoming the first two Latinas ever elected from Texas to the United States Congress. It took us a while, but once we got there, we got two up here. So thank you again. And Veronica, isn't it great that even though we're miles apart, we are so together on so many issues, like the things that Emily's List cares about: reproductive rights, passing out the ERA, getting it on the Constitution, making sure that we have daycare for women, making sure that women have the rightful place in the workforce. So tell us a little bit about what got you to Congress.
Well, Sylvia, it is so wonderful to be sharing the screen with you. And my thanks also to Emily's List. I cannot express enough the level of gratitude I have for all of their help, support, investment, and just everything that Emily's List did to make sure that I got to Congress and that I got to make history with my wonderful, dear, beloved friend. And, you know, Sylvia, just like you and I are so motivated by the same things. And even though our districts are different and are on different ends of the state of Texas, we really do share a lot in common. You know, we represent families and individuals in a state that has tried to limit access to health care. And so you and I have been fighting to get our families and our folks access to health care. We live in a state that works to try to limit women's access to reproductive health care as well, and especially in some respects. And so the work that we do, the values that we share, are completely aligned with Emily's List and so many other women. And the beauty of it also, now that we're in Congress, just as a fun fact for everybody watching, Sylvia and I are co-vice chairs of the Democratic Women's Caucus. So not only did we get to make history together when we were the first two Latinas elected to Congress from Texas, but we continue to work together on the issues important to women in America, women and families. And our latest effort is working to ensure that we get universal child care in any infrastructure package that gets through the House of Representatives and the Senate and that gets to the president's desk. You know, there was an interesting report recently about women not getting back to work in the same numbers as men, in large part because of lack of access to childcare. We are the caregivers. So there are so many issues that we share and that we're fighting for, regardless of how many thousands of miles we are away from each other or hundreds at any given moment. We are completely united in our work.
Well, and I think, you know, because of the districts we represent, you know, our voices matter. And for both of us, we've been thrust into dealing with issues that really may have been on our radar because obviously we were concerned, but they put us in the front lines. You with the mass shooting and at the Walmart, my efforts with the Vanessa Guillen bill and working on sexual harassment in the military and helping that family. Neither one of us probably had either one of those issues at the very top because we have working class districts. You know, it's about education, it's about healthcare, it's about voting rights, especially now in Texas. But we were kind of thrust on those issues. And I think that's the best example that, you know, who's at the table and the voice that is there really, really matters. And I really have to tell you that I've been really, really pleased with the work that we've been doing on the military sexual harassment. You're on that committee and that subcommittee, and Jackie Spear, the chairwoman, is always so kind to let me join in at all the meetings. And I can tell you that we're making great progress. The bill is going to be filed this week. And I think that we're finally getting the military to kind of understand why it needs to be out of the chain of command, and we're going to be able to get it done. So thank you so much, Comadre, for being there with me on that issue. And together we need to continue to fight. the bills that are being passed in Austin in the legislature. I mean, a 6-week ban on abortion,
I know.
telling counties that they cannot have drive-through voter registration. I mean, voter suppression, hurting women, hurting anti-trans issues. It's all of it. I mean, some people probably ask us, like, what is it like to live in Texas?
Oh, I know, and I will tell you, just as another aside, but I want to get back to something to brag on you for a little bit. But just as another aside, after the mass shooting in El Paso, our governor in the state of Texas came to the community and promised that he would do something about it. But what we are seeing happening in these red states is we're going in the opposite direction. We now have in Texas a debate over permitless open carry, which is shocking. They want to turn communities into the wild, wild west, where we have even less safety. We know the answer to the escalated and escalating gun violence epidemic in our country is not easier access to more guns. It's common sense reforms that the majority of Americans believe in, even Republicans and even gun owners. But Sylvia, you mentioned the I Am Vanessa Guillen bill, and I want to brag on you for a little bit. And I want everyone to know why Emily's list, listeras, that's what I call us, listeras.
I like that. I hadn't thought of that. I love it.
Why it's so, I love their focus on diversity and making sure that more women get elected. And it's not just about the kind of the things that are most top of mind frequently, like access to reproductive rights, but it's also making sure that representation is there for women at all levels. After the horrific events were made public about Vanessa Guillen's disappearance and tragic death, I cannot tell all of you at home how important it was for her family to have not just a woman member of Congress in Representative Garcia be there for them and advocate for them, but also a Spanish-speaking Latina who could speak to them in their own language, give them comfort in their own language. This is why diversity matters, and this is why representation matters. And Sylvia, I am always so proud of you and what you do. I feel so privileged to work with you and work alongside you. And and yes, I'm on the military personnel subcommittee, and you are like an extended member of our subcommittee because you're right there with us fighting for the same reforms that will uplift and protect women and all of our service members. So I just wanted to brag on you and thank you for everything that you do.
Well, thank you, comadre, so much. And I think, for both of us, it's always been about making sure that we're there and that we speak for our communities. What drives us is our districts. What drives us is the working class people that live in our district. What drives us is the frontline workers in our district, so that we can always have to remind people, hey, it's not just about the professional women in the big tall buildings downtown. It's about the workers that keep those buildings clean, those workers that take care of the children so that those workers can be in those tall buildings. We're there to make sure we're a voice. And you're right, Emily's List has always been about that. Veronica, they endorsed me in 1992. I served on their board for a number of years. I've been a majority council member since 1992, because I believe that representation matters and that women must have a voice. And I know that is exactly what Ellen Malcolm had in mind, and that Stephanie worked so hard on doing, and we wish her well in her retirement. But we got to keep moving forward. Jackie Spear is a big, fierce fighter to make sure that we finally get the ERA in the Constitution. I know you agree with that. That is still a box we got to check. So we need to continue to work on that. But thank you all again for joining us today. I just can't, anytime I have a chance to do anything with Veronica Escobar, that's the easiest way to get me to your event. Tell me Veronica's coming and I'm going to be there.
Now they know our secret.
They know our secret. And just remember that she's a vegan. I am not. I'm from Texas, so we always tease each other about that. There's a few other differences that we know and appreciate. So thank you again for coming, and good luck, Emily's Liz. Much success.
Thank you all. Mwah. Sending you all big
Bye.
hugs. Bye.